Hey, it's Adrian from demcrumblies Tech, and today I'm reviewing the Vostok Classica 690B21. I'm really excited. This is my first type of Vostok watch, and I'm really pleased with how the watch turned out. So let's just get into some of the details and you can see if this is a watch that you may be interested in as well. Okay, so I've had the watch for a little over a month, and most of that time was due to shipping delays from Russia. So I was able to order the watch from Maranam.com, and it was out of stock most of the time. Luckily, just from refreshing the page a couple times a day, I was able to grab it while it was in stock. And it came up to about 220 Canadian, which works out to about 175 US. And I think that's actually a great price for a watch of this build quality, and just the uniqueness of the watch. Now, if you look at the back of the watch, it does show that it's number 163 of 550. So this is a limited run watch. As well, under the words Russia, you could see the movement, which is a 2409.01. And from my research, this was a movement that was used in the 1970s, so it's not the most up-to-date movement. Now, the watch is rated for an accuracy of -20 to plus 60 seconds a day. So it's not an accurate watch if you're looking for that. But I think just the characteristics of the watch, like the nice curved numerals, the blued hands, make it still a really worthwhile buy. So let's get into some of the other details, and you can decide if this is a watch that you're interested in. So starting on the outside of the watch, so you do have this kind of crocodile looking leather strap. It's pretty firm, so it's not the most comfortable type of strap that there is, but it's okay. Now the case width is 39 millimeters and the case depth is 11 millimeters, so it's not a super huge watch. It should fit pretty nicely on most wrist sizes. Lug to lug, it is 46 millimeters, and it is a stainless steel body. In terms of the actual dome here, so it's a double domed mineral crystal, so it's not sapphire, so you do still need to be careful with it. Now you can see on the outside of the watch, this is a brushed metal finish, and it leads into this polished metal area here. And you can see here, it might be difficult to see on the camera, but where this lug area meets the rest of the body, there's a little bit of a drop there. So when you run your finger along that area, you do notice that drop. So it's not a machining defect. It is how the watch was made. So it might throw some people off if you're looking for kind of like a smooth finish all the way around if you run your fingers along it. Okay, so taking a look at the back of the watch, it is a screw style case back and it is see-through. Now there is some Russian writing here, and from what I could find online, that's a stainless steel, water resistance, 5 atmospheres, shockproof escapement. Looking at the side of the watch, you have the crown, and it does have the Vostok logo on the side of the crown. Looking at the actual crown here, you could see it does have like a textured edges, and which is helpful because this is a manual wind watch, so it isn't automatic. So it's recommended every day or 2 days, probably every day. You should be winding it up, and it is rated for, I believe, 38 hours of power reserve. In terms of the buckle of the watch, you can see it also has the Vostok logo there, and it's a pretty robust buckle. I'm not worried about that. Everything is quite stiff, the tolerances, so it's going to take a while to loosen all of that up, but no issues there. On the back side of the strap, you can see it has the Vostok logo there. And writing here, what I can only assume means genuine leather. Not sure. If someone knows, please correct me. And in terms of the stitching, there's a black stitching at the top here. And when you flip it over, it is a white stitching on the underside. Okay, so taking a close look at the inside of the watch. So like I mentioned, it is a double domed mineral crystal, which kind of gives off the appearance that the number indices, like 1 to 4 or 5. They're kind of curved. They're not. I believe they are. It is a flat dial, but because of the curvature of the glass, it makes it look like it tapers off. So taking a look at the dial of this watch, which is really, really beautiful. It is a matte white dial. It doesn't really give off a lot of reflections. And one of the really nice things are those numerals. I really like the curved style of the numerals instead of just, like a straight type of font style. In between the printed numbers for the hours, you can see the indices. Those are polished metal, and they do reflect the light really nicely as you rotate the watch. The hands, the hour hand, minute hand, and second hand, those are, I believe, a heated blue application, and they also play really nicely with the light as you angle the watch in different directions. So another thing I wanted to mention is when you're in a quiet room, you can hear the ticking of that second hand going. So I'm going to bring it very close to my microphone and see if you guys can hear that. So hearing the audible ticking, that may not be for everyone, but I'm a fan of it. Now, one thing I did want to mention is, so you can see clearly from the dial that there's no date settings on here, and there is no lume on the hand. So if you're going to be in a lot of dark environments, it's going to be challenging to read this watch. And I really like the blue hands, how it contrasts against the white dial. It's really sharp. I don't know if I can do it justice in this video, but when you see it in person and the light plays off of it, it is a really nice look. And you can see as I curve or as I angle the watch, you could see that double domed crystal there, it really warps or distorts how you see the numerals or the hour indices. Another detail I like about this watch is if you look at the length of the hour hand and the minute hand, I think they're a great length. They're not too long, not too short. I think it's really just a nice balance that they've struck with this watch for pretty much all the design elements. Now, if you look at the dial above the 6 hour marker, it shows 17 and Russian writing, and that does read 17 joules. Now, under the 6, there's also writing there. However, I was not able to find a translation for that. So if anyone knows, please leave a comment below and let me know what that means. So another reason why I'm so excited to get a watch like this is it is my first manual wind watch. So I just want to put the microphone next to the watch while I wind it so you can hear what that sounds like. So here's what the watch looks like on the hand. I don't have a very big wrist. It's only about 6 3/4 inches around. And you can see the watch sits pretty nicely on there. One thing I do want to mention is that the strap is quite stiff. So it's going to take a long time to break that in. So it is something you may want to look at replacing if you do get the watch. But that's what it looks like on the hand. And I think it looks pretty great. Okay, so I hope this video was interesting to you. Taking a closer look at the Vostok Classica 690B21. And if you did like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. As I collect more watches, I'll be making more videos like this, taking a closer look at the watches. Now, I'm not super into like the mainstream type watches and brands. So if you're also like that and you're kind of interested in looking at other lesser known brands, definitely stay tuned for my next video. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.